It's awfully quiet in here. I thought this was a crypto mining shed. Well, at least there's depin. I got that going for me. And got a new toy. New toy. Got that Wingbits Geodnet Dual Miner. Not sure what connection you'd call that for the antenna. I thought it was some kind of BNC, but I'm not sure. Can't quote me on anything on that. So we got a 12 volt, 2 amp. So I ain't gonna use more than 24 watts. I don't like how that's clamped, but that's how it is. What the fuck is this? We's American around here. Oh my God. You better give me America. That's all I gotta say. You better give me America. They did. They did give me America, just so you know. Alright. If anyone has a Geodnet miner, they've seen this before. This is one thing I really wish they would upgrade just a little bit. I'd put that, I'd use that if I had to. That's the best way I could put it to you. But I will find something else. So I want to see this wire. It's kind of snug. So we're gonna have some weird proprietary thing. That's weird. Okay, so that's gonna screw into the miner, and then we're gonna get power, Ethernet. They give you a Ethernet coupler. I just hope that tab never breaks off right there. That's what I think. But honestly, I'll be taping this together probably just so that it never comes apart. But so there is your main issue with this device. Proprietary cable. I don't know. I think it was 30 foot or roughly 30 foot of cables what they gave me, which I believe will be plenty for me. But I can see in situations where some people would just, yeah, that would be way not enough. Some people got to get fancy with it. Now let's look at this main unit. If I can get it out. Alright, first off, I'll tell you right now, it is heavy compared to that other one. That other one was light. And when I say other one, I mean the old Geodnet miner. So I don't know how good that's showing there, but you got 1 aux, 2 aux, and then your proprietary cable. Try not to show my stuff. But yeah, you got 1 aux, 2 aux right there. And then we got this. What does that do? We don't know right now, but we will find out later. We will definitely try to find out later, because that is intriguing. Now, so you got the power status and PPS light. And that, let me look at this. There's My serial number there. So that's it basically for the main device. But what I can tell you is, yes, it is it's a little bit heavier than the other one. Let me put this down. All right, there is absolutely nothing else in there. Just making sure. So that's kind of cool. It is left on there to stay, but as you can see, those threads. So it's female in there, and then the threads. Yeah, I don't know what that socket is called. All right, well, I'll have to install that. That is something I've been waiting on for a little bit now, but it's not like I've been waiting on it like my bees, you know. It's not a hive mapper. But sorry, give me 1 second. And so basically, as you can hear, ain't much going on in here. I've got mainly storage is what it is. My electric rate is not it's 14 cents basically. 14.2 is what it is. And as you know, that's no bueno on electricity. So I've got my ultras running. I've got one on solo mining Caspa, and the other one is just pool mining. The reason why I have them on is because a little bit of residual heat in the shed since it still is kind of cold out. Also, I just don't feel right having everything shut off 100% out here. Like I still have hopes and dreams, and I still want that stuff to go move forward. So this stuff will make us money in the future. That's what we're saying, you know. The green ones, you know, that sucks. Those green ones, by the time you got those, they were already not worth it. I was hoping that these ultras would last a little bit longer to make up for it, but no, they did not do that. The only thing is that I know you can't really see it too much, but that KSO original paid for all those, so that's not too bad. But I am still out the money for that original. I technically ROI'd and said, hey, I'll try to ROI some more, you know, get more hardware. And no, did not work out with that. But you win some, you lose some. All I will say is these multi-voltage power supplies, oh, they're a must. They are awesome, and guess what? I won't have to buy another power supply whenever I get rid of these and something else requires a different voltage. Or I can be more efficient by getting the voltage I need. So these Drox, they're a must if you need that kind of stuff. I do like this thing, especially since I'm doing 220 volt. That's a little dangerous, but I wish I could 3D print something to put over here where I can screw that into, but I've got a 3D printer. I can't really, all I can do is print, and I'm not that good at that. But, you know, we still hope one day we can get these old mining rigs turned on, but as you can see, I've taken all the graphics cards out of them. Well, at least most of them. I've got some 3080 Ti's. Can't even see, can you? I got some 3080 Ti's and 3070 Ti's in here. Just not profitable whatsoever. And I spent, what, $1,400 on 3080 Ti, so I feel stupid selling those things for, you know, $300 or whatever they're going for. I'd rather hope for the future is where I'm at. That's what I'm doing, hoping a lot. I don't know how many people have you got these BC250s. I got mine for a hell of a deal on Black Friday, and I mean, it's not ROI'd or done anything like that. It yells at you when it's on, like you wouldn't be able to hear me. I believe Lukewarm Mining has a 3D printed part that I can replace the fans with different fans and make it a lot quieter. I will be doing that sometime. It's just like waiting for them to get a little bit more profitable, get a little bit more stuff done. You know, I've got some ASICs, some L3 pluses, you know how unprofitable those are, but I had to get some to learn about ASICs, so I've got those, and you can't see them, but in a box I've got some S9Ks, which I learned how stupid I was buying those when I realized you couldn't update the firmware and do all that other crazy stuff like you could with the regular ones. I can only basically take out the hash boards if I want better hash rate at lower wattage. I've just got some stuff. These are empty. I bought these. Basically, my only regret with these is I bought these power supplies, which I forget what they are right now. I believe they were 2400 watt or whatnot. Basically, I could hook up a whole bunch of 3070s in here, but this power supply would run at 100% the whole damn time, and it was basically comparable to the BC250. So I opted to go back to open air frames because the sound was a lot better, and also why spend a couple hundred extra watts on these fans, which are, you know, it might not even be that much. I forget how much it was, but regardless how much it was, because I got fans in the front and the back, by the time the extra wattage pulled out, it made it less profitable at my electric rate. So basically, in my eyes, these were more efficient. I do have the AAA Veta frames now that are 12. Let me see. Yeah, I've got one right here. Or no, that's not that. Those are rack mounts. Gotta figure out what I'm doing, you know. There it is. Got a sluice right there. I've got two in the house right now in a grow tent, and that's what I use to subheat my house. Basically, that's, you know, I don't even have it full. I've only got 10 GPUs on 2 rigs in there, and that's enough to keep it toasty when it's above 40 something degrees. Roughly, I don't have the biggest house in the world, but you know, it's a house. Other than that, I mean, I'm shooting for depin at this moment, because as you can see, mining rigs are off. You can look at the hash rate.no. I mean, look, everything I'm mining on right now in the house, like I'm mining Ergo still, and I'm losing like 10 cents a card. Why am I mining rigs still on? Because I'm a miner, and at this point I can be like, oh, we need a little bit of heat, so it's kind of justified. My problem is in June or July, the summer rate for power will kick in, and I will have to shut off anything that is intensive with power. It's just basically anything that's not profitable at all will have to be shut off, because I can't imagine what I'm going to have to pay. If I'm at 14.2 now, I expect to be up at like 19 cents or something in summer. So I've got like 3-4 months in summer that I'm not mining with graphics cards unless they're profitable. So depin is where I've shifted. I've got all kinds of stuff that I've done. Sword chain, I mean, awesome while it lasted, right? I mean, it's still going, but man, was it a lot better when you were making $10 a day. Hence why I bought 2 more of them. And then they came in right before they said, hey guys, we're adjusting the rewards. So yeah, we got those. Anyone that gets a mount for Hive Mapper, this is the one. The SC one. It is the one. Okay. I was buying them from Amazon, just so everybody knows. Those, yeah, that's what you want. All the other ones I've had problems with so far. Got me one of these mobile hotspots. Luckily I set mine up in a 0.4 reward area, but I was able to shoot off to a near gas station, and by doing so I was able to up my score to 0.73. so that was a nice bonus because I didn't think I was gonna have it. I bought one of these because I got the mobile hotspot plan right before they stopped allowing you to map and actually get HNT rewards. So I'm kind of lucky. I still got a $20 plan. My only issue is, and I wouldn't want to pay for it all for months, but I would have liked to had that for the B cameras that I'm getting with Honey, or with Hive Mapper, because that would have been good to only spend $20 a camera. But at the same time, I mean, some of my best drivers, or my driver is not making really much profit if I had to pay $20 for the mobile hotspot, and that's, or not mobile hotspot, but the mobile phone. And that's where it's kind of crazy. Like, my driver is making roughly $12 right now, last week, and that's us splitting it 50-50. So, you know, I make 12, he makes 12. And what I'm getting at is, if that would be half the profit, or, you know, that's a quarter of the profit altogether. So if we all made $80 that month and I had to pay, that's a quarter. And that's where it's starting to get crazy. I understand that the bees do give out rewards differently. I don't know if that's going to benefit me at all, but I do have 4 bees coming. I hope the price goes up, so that way the bonus airdrop offer that they had, the 4,000 tokens, I think is what it was, hopefully we'll pay for most of it. And as long as they ROI, happy, you know, that's what it is. I also, you know, if you got one of those Canon Avalon Nanos, you know, the little BTC miners, they gave you those PSU power supply unit cooler things, which I don't know why. Mine runs cool enough, I guess, and I run mine at high, so that's where it is. What else was I going for? I do have cell hashers. I have one cell hasher, and I have all these phones basically taken apart, the batteries taken out. I only have one phone that does boot on power, and I'm dumb. I had a hard time trying to take off the back sides of these phones, so I just cut them with a razor knife. And when I cut them with a razor knife, on some of them I cut off the side ribbon panel, so that way I can't turn on and off the phone with the button. I did find a way where I can turn it on with a paper clip, shorting out 2 areas. But my issue is I need these phones to turn on whenever I power them on. And that's, there's a command for it. I kept trying it. It wasn't working other than one phone I got to take. So I pushed it to the side and I said, oh, I got other stuff I got to do. And that's one of those things I got to get back to. I did get an extra case, so that way I can pick up some cell hasher, or, well, I don't know why I'm saying that. So I can pick up some Facebook phones for my cell hasher. And then that way I can, you know, get some $5 phones or something, which, I mean, these are only $30. I mean, you can't complain about that. But at the same time, when you got to buy 20 of them, that's $600. So maybe I can get some cheaper. But at the same time, you want basically all the same phone, in my opinion. If you're going to do it, you got to do it right. You don't want to sit there and tinker all day. You know, we made that decision on some of these things before. Like hell, those frames. Like, what the hell do I do with these frames? I mean, I built them because I needed them, in a sense that I needed one, and I built two more extra because it basically took me the same amount of time. And then after Ethereum went away, what do we got? What do we got? You know, it's what it is. Man, I got to clean in here. That's all I see. I've got to mop. I've got to clean. I've got get these windows kind of open more. I've got them kind of closed for winter. You know, it's just what we got to do. I do have a little solar setup. It's only a 20 amp hour battery down there, if you can see it. So in my opinion, I had to get the battery. I got it a couple months ago, but I had the solar panel from a couple of years ago and the charge controller, and I kind of set it up to play with it. I've realized that between that battery and my 50-watt panel, that I can't run really anything. I mean, I can put on some 12-volt lights or something like that and run those, or I'm thinking about running a computer fan in here, maybe as like a ceiling fan kind of thing, just to circulate some air, especially while nothing's moving. I mean, when the heat comes out, I'll have these, the AC Infinity fans on more, of course. But just to kind of keep air kind of moving around in here so nothing gets stale. I do have a Nubula. Those ain't making any money right now. You can get some IoTex right now, or IoTX. It's $1 a day or something like that. It ain't nothing, but at least you can get something waiting on TG, waiting on it. I do have some of these old computers because, of course, I went into the ETCMC nodes, and I've got like 13 computers or something like that. So I had to repurpose them. Running like flux nodes, or I'm running a flux node on this one, and on this one I'm running grass, a Zardian node for my Xforge phone. That's still waiting to get one of those. Just any little project, Filecoin, just little stuff like that on there. But of course, I do have my old Bobcat Helium Miner, which this thing is still never ROI'd. I could have ROI'd, so it's technically my fault. So that I will say. But now the price has dropped. I had a window of opportunity is all I'm saying. I did, I'll say, upgrade this with Crank operating system. And now that I have that, I'm multi-mining a little bit with it, with just a couple projects, like grass and stuff like that. Really, I haven't seen the profit back from it. My Crank, I have no problems with. It's working fine. I actually had to get one of my host properties is actually not real far from here, so I actually have one of those there too. So I'm actually able to send and receive to get the rewards. That's my only concern or problem I have, is since I'm in the United States, have to record all my transactions. I think I get like 8 transactions a day or something like that from them, because I get 1 from this for sending, plus 1 from it receiving, and so on for that one. And it does it 4 times a day. So yeah, and it might be more. I can't remember. I just know it's too much. It's one of those things where I could see where I'd have to shut that down just because I don't want to keep hold of the transactions. And I'm just hoping that by the end of this year, they will have something more set up to where Crank is integrated into Cointracking.info, because that's the one I have been using for years. Um, I will have a link down below if you want to join, just because, you know, it will save you some money, and plus it will help me acquire the lifetime license so I don't have to keep worrying about it. That is one thing I will say to people is, you know, buy your year, try to play around with what software license you want, you know, if it's Coin Tracker, Coin Tracking, you know, where you want to go. But my what I liked about Coin Tracking is that I can get a lifetime license and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Because especially with the way that the GPUs went down and stuff like that, with Ethereum going away, you know, me turning them off, is that I didn't buy that license for 1 year. Basically, you know, it lapsed. I used it on my taxes and I said, I'll wait till next year to buy it. And doing taxes that time was kind of more of a pain in the butt, because, you know, I had an idea and this and that, but I didn't have everything ready to auto import and all that with licenses. So, or with licenses, with my addresses and everything. So it was just one of those things that I don't know, I took too long. So it's better to have that thing at all times. Check it, you know, once, twice a week, or once a week, or every other week is what I meant to say. And, you know, make it current and then you're good. I don't know what else. I got to get that thing set up. I do have 2 more helium hotspots coming. I don't know if I'm going to set up both of them here, or if I'm going to put one here and one somewhere else. I'm kind of the person, I kind of like setting up everything here that I possibly can before I go out and venture out to other host scenarios. But whatever makes the money the best, honestly, because yeah, that's where we're at. You know, it's one of those things when you're making enough to eat, you know, it don't matter. But when you're not making anything and you're just waiting, kind of sucks. So, you know, we're all in this lull from, you know, tariffs and all this stuff. And all I can say is, I hope it gets better. That's, you know, I can hope. So, I don't know. Other than that, what else can we talk about? This is basically going to be my first video, long form video. I've done a couple of shorts. I just don't want to edit a whole bunch, because I will sit there and do that until it becomes morning again. um, you know, yeah, I've seen that the bid axes have hit a couple times the last couple months. One of these will probably never hit, but I have a couple of them because of all the ESP projects I'm in. Um, you know, ENT and Tropy, you're not supposed to cheat. Well, I've been in the project so long at the beginning that I took a couple $100 and I actually bought like 10 of these things. And that was before, whenever they didn't tell you, you know, don't sell all your stuff, which now basically you make the money, you hold it, you know. And Trophy A, I believe, is about ready to start, you know. So there's all them projects we got going on. Or, you know, if you're into the ESP projects, I looked, I don't know if it was like the Irwin. I've pretty much been charged, like, you know, I might have a couple hours lapse or something. And I think over the last week, I might have earned a coin and a half, something like that, which, I mean, there's no power involved. I press a charge button in Discord every 3 days, you know. But what I'm getting at is, even that project don't seem like it's doing the greatest right now. Just really nothing is. But we're getting there, and this is just the downside, you know. But downside, what I mean by that is, I just got to clean this place up. Once I get this place cleaned up, you know, everything's going to go back up and we'll start running all this stuff full bore, you know. But for now, we're gonna try to figure out what else we can get in here that's profitable. And if you've kept up with anything, it's depin. And it's not necessarily these depin projects that come and go or just come out, you know, because there are a lot of new ones. They're the ones that you try that have been around a while. Like, that's the reason why I went with Helium. Like, don't get me wrong, everyone's complaining about it. They ain't making $14 a day or whatever it was back, you know. But it's making me like $4, you know. So that's with this unit, using a coupon code from Helium Deploy, which you can use my discount code down below if you want to help me out, you know, give me a little money and give you a discount. But I think this one will take 120 days, something like that, maybe 125, whatever, you know, $4. I think I paid 506, something like that, after shipping. What I'm getting at is we just need more stuff. We need more stuff, less power, and then somehow I need to get this little thing, this toy, turned into a real thing. I need to turn this little boy into a real man. You know what I mean? I need to turn that thing into something where I can actually hook solar to it. And then figure out a way to run everything I want just on solar. And that really should be everyone's plan, I think. Or if it's not solar, it's a way to generate your own electricity and use that. That's basically my thinking. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're gonna have ourselves a good time. That's what we're gonna do. And until then, y'all stay safe.